Hello and welcome to my channel, Close to the Edge. My name is Pat, where we talk about all things prog rock, classic rock, heavy rock, and maybe, you never know, a sticker rock. Stick around. Stick around. Today I have a very, very special guest, a great friend of mine from here in Waterford, who now lives in Glastonbury in England, my good friend Stephen Goggin. Stephen, welcome to Close to the Edge.
Hello, Pat. How
How are you
are
keeping?
you?
All right,
I'm
Stephen.
well.
You keeping well?
Yeah, keeping very well.
Good man yourself. Now, Stevie has his own channel on YouTube called Stevie G Reviews. Excellent channel. Does a lot of shorts, does a lot of long form videos. His main two artists, of course, are Elvis and the Beatles, but he does a lot of other stuff on his channel. So if you want to go out and check his channel, I'll leave the link in the description. And just please do go and support him, give him some love over there. And he would appreciate that. But today I invited Stephen on. He's going to rank his top 10 studio albums with the great Pink Floyd. But before we get into that, I just want to thank John Brazel there, one of my subscribers, Stephen, who sent me loads of stuff in the mail. He sent me this sticker, an Elvis fridge magnet. He sent me he sent me a CD
Very
of
good.
bands doing. He made it up himself of bands that are doing cover songs like
Very
Led
good.
Zeppelin, Deep Purple, that kind of stuff. And the Doors, I think, are on this as well. But
Cool.
I don't know who the bands are, but it's absolutely brilliant. And he also sent me this poster of Close to the Edge
Okay.
and picture. So thank you very much, John Brazel, there from America. Really do appreciate it. One of the brilliant subscribers I have. One of the many I have, Stephen. They're all absolutely brilliant. Anyway, Stephen, let's get into this.
Okay.
No messing about here.
Yeah.
Your number 10
My
Pink
number
Floyd
10.
album.
My number 10 is this one.
Okay.
A Momentary Lapse, and it's the reissue in the gatefold.
Okay, Stephen. Yeah.
And I really like it. It's much better than the original. It sounds more like a Pink Floyd album than a 1980s David Gilmour solo album.
That's number 10. That was released in 1987, Stephen.
Yeah. It was out in that time, and this kind of clears up all those issues.
Okay, so it's a good. It's a remix, is it?
It's a remix. They don't do too much to it, but it makes a heck of a lot of difference.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not fond of that album.
I remember when it came out, and I think we might have bought it together or something like that, and at the same time, and I kind of quite liked it.
Okay, what would you give that out of 10 then?
That out of 10, I'd give it a, because it's kind of one of the first ones I bought, I would give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah, I'd probably give it about that too. Maybe a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good, Stephen. What's your number 9?
My number 9 would be the Division Bell.
Oh, the one after it, yeah.
One after it.
92, I think that album was released.
92. Yeah.
Is that the reissue or remix?
Yeah,
or
that's the reissue of it on 180 grams vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah, and I quite like this. I'd give this a good solid 9 out of 10.
Oh, you're a good jump up. I think it's a better album, actually. I agree with you. Than A Momentary Lapse of Reason. It's more of a Pink Floyd album, I believe.
It is. It is.
Because
Pink
I think A Momentary Lapse of Reason, Stephen, would have been more of a solo project.
Yeah.
By David Gilmour, that was his intention initially, but he got the lads on board, Nick Mason and Richard Wright, but they weren't really Pink Floyd album, like a lot of tracks written by different people, and that's more of a cohesive, be the word I want to use. Pink Floyd album, I'd give that a 7. Stephen, if I was ranking it,
I quite like it. Again, I remember buying this when it came out. So
I bought it when it came out too on LP. I don't have it now anymore on LP.
I think I might have bought it on CD originally. So
I have it on CD.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's very good, Stephen. What's your number 8?
8. Okay, here's one that might surprise you.
Okay. Oh, that will surprise me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's after surprising me, Steve.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Number 8, Stephen.
number eight, and why I didn't like it originally, and it wasn't what what he was talking about, was how it sounded when I was listening to it on CD and when I was listening to it on the streaming service. I couldn't hear it. I couldn't take the compression.
Well, I don't do any
Yeah,
streaming, so
yeah.
no interest in
And
any of that.
when I bought it on vinyl, I heard it.
Okay, you're not buying when it come out
Yeah,
then? No.
yeah. I'd give it a good 10 out of 10.
Oh, 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a good 10 out of 10. It was the
Oh, well,
compression.
that's
Yeah,
brilliant. I give it a
yeah,
10 out of 10.
yeah, 10. And like what I found interesting was I have music to that on CD, and I love that. But
Okay.
I could not take this on CD. I just couldn't hear it on CD.
Yeah,
But when I
released in 1983.
yeah,
4 years after the wall, and there's a lot of
yeah,
stuff that there's 6 tracks left over from the wall that he used on that. Of course, David
yeah,
Gilmour said at the time, if they weren't good enough for the wall, why are they good enough for this? But anyway, it is what it
yeah.
is. Okay, that's very good, Stephen.
Okay, that's that one. And
Number
then
7. Sure, that's an amazing album.
amazing album, 100% as I would say. So
Yeah. And what do you think? What do you think of the concept of that album?
oh, it's an absolutely fantastic concept, and I think it should have been a complete Gerald Scarfe animation film.
Do you, Stephen? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there is a lot of animation in the movie,
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
You know, there is a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
An unusual
I haven't
animator. Yeah.
yeah. I got his book Monsters, and that's a scary book all by itself. So
Okay, that was released 1979, and that
yeah,
had it's mostly a Roger Waters
yeah,
project, but David Gilmour does a lot of singing on it, and he wrote a good few tracks on it.
that's on it as well. Yeah,
He wrote "Hey You" on it, and of course he wrote the brilliant "Comfortably Numb" on it.
yeah.
Run Like Hell is another one that he would have written with Waters, but I don't think Richard Wright or Nick Mason had any input on the album.
Yeah,
He sacked Richard Wright, Roger Waters, after that album,
yeah.
and then rehired him as a session musician for the tour.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
was the only one made money out of the tour because the tour cost him a fortune,
yeah,
right? Break down all the wall and that. And he was the one, Richard Wright made money because he was getting paid for every gig he did.
wow.
Yeah.
So he did.
Anyway.
So Roger did Richard a favor.
In many respects he did, but you know, there was a
yes, and no.
sour taste left in their mouth though after that.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
Anyway, Stephen, that's brilliant. What's your number 6 then?
Okay, hold on.
So obviously you were giving that a 10. If you gave the final cut a 10 out of 10, that would have been. So these are all 10 out of 10s then.
These are all. Everyone here on in is a 10 out of 10.
All 10 out of 10, yeah.
All 10 out of 10.
So this is what number 6. Wish You Were Here.
Yeah, Wish You Were Here.
And what do you like about this album?
Just love it. It's just absolutely fantastic. And I prefer listening to this one. I know I said I didn't like listening to the final cut on CD, but I prefer listening to this one on CD rather than vinyl.
Well, I actually don't have that on vinyl anymore. I actually prefer the CD, the remastered CD.
Yeah, I have it on CD as well.
Yeah, you did a really good job on that, Stephen.
Yeah.
But this album, 1975, this is the follow-up to Dark Side of the Moon. And of course, you know the story regarding this album. When they came in, they were recording in the studio, and there was some guy sitting there.
Yeah,
he was, fairly fat and bald.
Yeah.
And they were, I'm not sure which one of them said to one another, "Who's that?" And I said, "No, we thought it was your friend." And I think it was Richard Wright said, "No, that's Sid."
Yeah,
it was Sid Barrett.
Yeah,
and the whole album, basically, well, most of the album, is about
him.
About him. Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
Shine on Your Crazy Diamond. Like the lyrics by Waters on that album is absolutely brilliant, Stephen.
Yeah,
like top notch. And I love the way that album starts. Do you like the way that album starts with that? You know, it's very, very gradual build up, and it comes in with that riff. You know that one?
I do. Yeah.
You know, that is just like, that's an incredible album, actually. Incredible.
Yeah.
Right, that's
Fantastic.
your number six. Number six.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, before you get into your top five,
Yeah.
I just want to thank all my subscribers, new returning viewers, and all that for actually coming on board my channel. And hopefully you like this video and you go over and check out Stephen's channel as well. But thank you very much. And if you're new to the channel, just hit that like button and subscribe. Okay? Thanks very much. Right, Stephen, number five.
Number 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the special.
50th, the 50th anniversary edition. It's the UV print one.
Yes, I know. A few of the lads got that, but that's a digital. That's a digital copy on vinyl, though, isn't it?
Yeah, something
I've
like
heard that. I didn't like the sound of it, that Kevin, when one of the lads
Okay.
had it. I thought it was a little bit too digital for me, especially on.
Okay.
Yeah, and what do you think of Dark Side of the Moon anyway? Yeah, everyone knows Dark Side.
It's amazing. That this is a 1000% of an album, so I would rate it. So
Well, you obviously,
absolute-
of course, you do,
yeah. But yeah, I go 10 out of 10, 100%, and then 1000%. So
Okay. I
That's
think,
so,
but I find it strange that you have that at number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Even though all of these are all top class albums,
the albums,
in your
Yeah.
opinion. And the thing I find about Dark Side of the Moon is I think that's the first album where they all just came together.
yeah,
It was like a jigsaw where they were kind of missing pieces from the jigsaw on their previous albums.
yeah.
And I found that when they got this album, because they all contributed on this album, and the production was superb, different sound effects, everything worked on that album.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, that's brilliant, Stephen. What's your number? What's your
I-
number
I-
4 then? You rate higher than this?
So I got this one on CD as well, and it sounded even better on CD.
Well, Stephen, I have it on the 5.1
Okay.
Dolby Atmos one.
Yeah.
Right, you might see it there behind me. Look, there
Okay.
you go. That one.
Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, there's some sound off of that now.
Yeah. That's my number 4.
You're going to number 4 now. Obscured by Clouds.
Yeah.
Okay, why would you rate that higher now? I know it's a ranking and you rate them all high anyway, but why would you have that ahead of Dark Side of the Moon?
I think it's a kind of underrated album, kind of forgotten one.
It is underrated.
Yeah.
Soundtrack, Stephen.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack, and it's them kind of just getting the groove together before Dark Side of the Moon, and you can hear a lot of elements of Dark Side of the Moon in this.
Yeah, a lot of acoustic on that album, actually, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of acoustic. I like the track 3/4 on that.
Yeah, same here.
You know,
Same
it's a really brilliant track. And is Mudmen on that, Stephen?
Yeah, Mudmen is on this one. I listened to it last night on the streaming, and it was very, very good. So
I wouldn't rate that as high as you would now, Stephen. I'd probably give that a 6, maybe out of 10 to be quite honest.
I'd give it a 6 as well, but I still kind of like it a lot better because it's
no, it's number 4 in your ranking.
Yeah. Even though it's number 4, but that's the way I am. So, and it kind of reminded me of Mike Oldfield's album, "Songs from Distant Earth," in a kind of an odd way as well. So
that's a good album too, of course. Yeah, by Mike Oldfield. So really, what you're saying, Stephen, is that you're not saying these are. You're not putting them in order of best. You're putting them in order in personal favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, what's your number 3 then?
Okay, number 3 is Atom Heart Mother.
Christ, I hate that album, Stephen.
I love it.
I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it.
Love it. As I always say about this album, that's Roger. And there are the rest of the lads on the back.
Very good, Stephen. Very good. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what sheep on the other side of it. Yeah, but what do you like about this album, Stephen?
It's kind of just, I like the way it meanders, and it's kind of like
meander.
You're on a walk around the English countryside.
I think it meanders a bit.
Yeah. So I just love it. I really, really do. So
Even though the first side, the instrumental, the title track,
yeah,
Aftermath Mother with an orchestra, oh, I think that's dreadful.
yeah.
And then the second side, you have Waters doing a song, Gilmore, and then Richard Wright, and then they have Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast.
That's the one I really enjoy as well. I love the whole build up to that. Then so
Okay, whatever floats your boat or blows your boat.
yeah, exactly. So
that's your number 3.
that's my number 3. So
Aftermath Mother. Okay, fair enough, Stephen.
number
2
2
then, Stephen. The brilliant medal.
Yeah. No explanation needed really for that one.
It's a brilliant album. I don't have to hear the dog howling on Seamus.
Yeah, I love that one.
I don't like that. I don't think. I think it's a filler, to be honest with you. I think there's one or two fillers on that album, but the track Echoes is just incredible.
Incredible, amazing, and then the whole stuff, the submarine bit. Yeah.
It really is an amazing progressive rock track, you know. Yeah. When was that album released? When was that released? Was that 71?
I actually forget.
I think it's 71. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head now. But anyway, Stephen, I know what your number 1 is going to be.
Yeah.
So what is it then?
Yeah, what is it?
It has to be. It has to be.
Hold on now.
It has to be the same as my number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Animals. What an incredible album. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
that has always been.
I played it today and it was just amazing.
That has always been my favorite album, Stephen. Yeah. It's just a lot of people. You can see Roger Waters starting to take over, starting to take control of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Now, because he wrote most of the music and tracks. Of course, the second track, side 1, Dogs, was written by Gilmore and himself, Roger Waters, and I think that's an incredible track. It's a brilliant. Yeah. It's a brilliant progressive rock track.
Yeah.
And I use the word progressive rock loosely in many respects, Stephen, because I don't think they're a full-blown progressive rock band.
No.
Like, say, the likes of Yes or... Yeah. Because I think they're more art rock.
Yeah.
And obviously their early stuff is psychedelic, all that kind of stuff. And they're experimenting. But, of course, that's what progressive rock is experimenting. Yeah. So it's a mixture of all that. But that album... Oh my God, that is an incredible album, Stephen.
I kind of hear a lot of Animals in Obscured by Clouds as well. So
can you? It's Obscured by Clouds.
Yeah, I hear a lot of kind of similar kind of vibes in Obscured by Clouds and Animals. I kind of like the two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get myself, but that everyone, we all hear music
differently. Yeah.
We all have different ears, to say. But that mix you have there, and I have it there on the 5.1, but I have the LP as well.
Yeah.
And I have the actually original LP, and the original LP, the sound quality is not great.
Yeah. It wasn't
never good.
They were after.
It was never good. And I have the original CD as well, which is not great either.
No.
But that one, that's superb.
That's amazing. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, Stephen, the same number 1 as myself, Animals.
Yeah.
And you know Kevin on my channel, you know Kevin, my good friend Kevin.
I do.
That's his number 1 as well.
Yeah.
That's his number 1. What do you think? Did you enjoy that, Stephen?
I did. So
you know what I mean? Did you enjoy it? Yeah.
Yep, and thank you for having me.
No, thank you very much. That was Stephen's top 10 studio albums by the great Pink Floyd. I'm delighted. I really am delighted that Stephen came on my channel. I really am. And as I said, I leave the link to his channel below, and hopefully you'll go over there and check him out. Please do, and give him a check out. On he does a lot of shorts, as I said earlier on. But for me, anyway, from Stephen and myself, Pat, and I say goodbye. But before I say goodbye, it's nice to be nice, Stephen. Always nice to be nice. Always. And whatever you're doing, stay safe. That's what I always say. Stay safe.
Exactly.
And until the next time here on Close to the Edge, from Stephen and myself, Pat, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.